Welcome to Season 2 of Two Scientists Walk Into a Bar. I'm your host, Jane Grogan, and I'm also a scientist. That's Wellington, my producer.
Hi, guys.
Welcome back, Wellington. For our new listeners out there, I'm a researcher focused on the immune system and how it fights infections, cancer, and even itself when things go wrong in autoimmune disease. Our goal is to take scientists out of the lab and into a bar where they can grab a pint, take off the proverbial white coat, and chat.
The first season was really fun.
It was so much fun to do. So in our first season, we focused a lot on how the body defends itself against disease and ways in which things like bacteria and cancer cells can be killed and what approaches are being explored clinically. Wellington, did you learn anything?
Absolutely. I learned a ton about how we perceive pain, how cells talk to one another, not by cell phone, as it turns out. And I think all the planning, that preparation that goes into developing clinical trials, I didn't know any of that. But I have to say, for me, the standout was the Phineas Gage story when we were talking about neurology. I will never look at railroad ties the same way again.
Oh, me either.
How about you? You're a scientist. Did you learn anything?
Well, certainly that once you get a scientist talking about something they love, it's very hard to get them to stop. But seriously, as an immunologist, it was super interesting for me to sit down and talk with scientists from other fields and disciplines and find out what they're thinking and where they think the field is moving. And really, enjoying some of the more personal sides of their stories as well, getting to know them.
We got a ton of feedback.
A lot of great feedback.
What was the feedback that surprised you the most?
One thing I totally didn't expect is that my voice was recognized when I was in a coffee shop in San Francisco.
What happened?
Well, the person sitting next to me leant over and said, "Are you the person that runs that podcast?"
That is so awesome.
I
You
think
do
I'd like to
have a
say that.
totally distinctive voice.
Thanks, Wellington.
Well, all this gets me really excited about Season 2.
Yeah, me too. In Season 2, we're going to continue along the same theme about exploring the human body, both in its healthy state and disease state. But we're also going to pivot slightly and focus on connectivity and communication. So this means things like how cells and proteins move around the body, dark space within the body, how the brain grows, how neurons communicate and send information, what goes wrong with immune cells under underlying autoimmune disease, for example.
That all sounds awesome. Let's get to it.
I can't wait. We'll be kicking off our first episode of Season 2 this September. If you're a new listener, don't forget to download and listen to the episodes from Season 1. If you subscribe, you'll be the first to know when the first episode's out. Remember, we'd also love to hear you anytime at podcast@gene.com. That's podcast@gene.com. Now for me, it's back to the lab.